Hello everyone, this is Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we are going to be continuing our unboxing series on the Marvel United Season 1 expansions and content, getting ready for Multiverse coming out later next year. And today we are going to be taking a look at what is inside the Guardians of the Galaxy Remix expansion box. That's right, we're going to be covering today the contents of the Guardians of the Galaxy Remix box. We've already done gameplay in this, so it's what the horse before the wagon, wagon before the horse kind of thing. But I wanted to go ahead and open it up, finish out this unboxing series since we have pretty much the rest of Season 1 almost done. I think it's just 3 expansion boxes that we haven't covered yet. So I thought I'd go ahead and get this done. If you do want to watch that gameplay video, I'll see if it's over here. We also have it in a playlist of Marvel United unboxing or Marvel United gameplay, so be sure to check that out. Now this is we'll look at the back here in a second, but this is the Kickstarter version of the game, so it is going to have an extra character in here that was exclusive to the Kickstarter, and we'll take a look at that. So let's go ahead and look at the back of the box. There, Marvel United Guardians of the Galaxy Remix. There is no place is safe from the Guardians as long as Ronan hounds their steps. So we're going to go ahead and read the flavor text. The Guardians of the Galaxy have made a name for themselves, traveling the stars, fighting for the helpless, righting wrongs, and occasionally wronging a few rights. But the Guardians have interfered with Ronan's people, the Kree, in their self-proclaimed righteous wars for the last time. In personal combat, they have little chance against the Accuser, wielding his godlike universal weapon. They must scramble their way from star to star, helping where they can and thwarting Ronan's minions whenever possible. So, contents of the game right here. We do have Ronan as our villain. We've got Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket, and then Gamora, who is the Kickstarter exclusive character. We haven't used her yet in one of the videos. I am planning, don't know which villain video we're going to be doing or which gameplay video we're going to be doing, but I am planning on having her, Spider-Pig, and who's the other one? Beta Ray Bill in a gameplay on their own. Since there's only the 3 of us, we're trying to cover the main content of the boxes and do something weird with the other one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of the box, and keeping the box lid over here, we've got the instructions. Marvel United Guardians of the Galaxy, welcome to the vastness of the galaxy. So there's the rules leaflet there. Now on the back of it, it goes over the contents as well as the Plan B challenge. This is the challenge mode from this expansion. Most of the expansions for this game, I say most, and we'll get to one that doesn't at some point, but most of the expansions for this game come with an extra challenge that kind of spice things up in Marvel United. This one has Plan B. The Plan B challenge gives heroes another way of winning the game. Instead of defeating the villain directly, they can focus their efforts on completing unorthodox missions that are more challenging than usual, but which lead them straight to victory. During setup, instead of using the mission cards from the core box, use the 3 Plan B cards contained in this expansion. The Plan B missions are completed in the same way as normal missions, however, they all have more slots that need to be filled before they are considered complete. Heroes can win, as usual, by defeating the villain, but they can also immediately win by completing the 3 Plan B missions. So we'll see the mission cards in here, but basically the defeat thugs, rescue civilians, and the clear threats cards are exchanged for ones that basically make it to where you have to fight more. And then if you complete that condition, you win the game. So there is that right here. So we'll put the leaflet there and we'll get into the content. So removing the plastic. First we've got the locations. Mine still have the binder on them. We use the cardboard locations here so on the channel, so that's partially why these are still in the little binder. So there is that. So first we'll take a look at the locations. So we've got the Milano, which is the Guardian ship. End of turn, you may move to any other location there. We've got Xandar right there. Nowhere. Rodar. Morag. And the Collector's Museum. And is it Kiln? Yeah. So those are the 6 locations that were added to Marvel United Season 1. 6 new locations. So we've also got here Ronan's card. There's nothing on the back as far as special setups or anything like that. And then we've got his actual card, his special rules. Whenever a hero is KO'd, they get a KO token. His BAM effect, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Ronan's location. The heroes choose overflow. If a thug or civilian token can't be added to a location, deal 1 damage to 1 hero for each token that can't be added. Heroes choose who gets each damage. And the villain spot, the heroes lose when the group has 4 KO tokens. So there is that right there. Now, disclaimer, like I said, I've already opened this because we have played through it. Like I said, I've had the game for a while before we even started the channel, so I've gone through all this content, looked through all this content, and I've sleeved all this content. So I have all the cards here. They're all sleeved. Use the GameGenic sleeves for myself, but that's why the game does not come with sleeves. So in case you're wondering. So we'll go through the cards first. We've got Rocket and Groot right here. We'll go through Rocket's cards. Like I say, he's got a good number of punches, moving punches here. Master Tinkerer, gain 1 wild token, or your action tokens can be used twice this turn, so that's pretty good. Let's see, gain 1. Yep, that's the same card. It's not named anything else. Master Tinkerer, okay, yeah. Raccoon Sense, gain 1 wild token, or convert any number of action tokens you own into wild tokens. So those are his main 3 cards right there. Then we have Groot. Groot had quite a few different, I think all but a couple of his cards. Yeah, all but a couple of his cards actually have special abilities on them. So he's got I Am Groot, which you and another hero deal damage to you in your respective locations here. And then he's got his Wild, and that's the I Am Groot. It said I Am Groot, question mark, move any other hero to a location adjacent to them. So it's a movement card. And then We Are Groot, you and another hero draw 1 card for the heroic action on there. Let's see, I think that is all of the Groots. Yep, those are all the different Groot cards. Plus he's got his regular Wild and his double Wild in the card. So thankfully, if you're doing the hard mode, what do you call it? The hard mode challenges and whatnot from the main core box, Groot won't lose any of his superpower cards, essentially. So we'll go in here and take a look. We'll look at this one last, because that is our special character. So we've got Star-Lord here with his different cards. Problem Solver, give 1 action, heroic action, 1 attack, 1 heroic action, or 1 movement token from the pool to another hero. So that's giving some tokens out with this Problem Solver, and it looks like he's got 3 of those cards with a good amount of movement and heroic actions, with I think only 2 cards looking like that have punches on them. So he's going to be good for clearing out the civilians and getting around the board. So got that one, and then finally we've got the card deck for Gamora. So she's got a few movements, some punches in there, movement punch, heroic action punch, so a lot of punch, punch, punch in her deck. She's got Deadliest in the Galaxy. All 3 are the same. Each wild or punch token you spend this turn, it gets you an additional punch action. So basically spending any tokens that you're giving, if Star-Lord is able to give you some tokens and you use the token, she can punch more on that turn when she uses it. So those are all pretty good. We'll show some artwork from the Deadliest in the Galaxy right there for her. And so there's an example of her different cards. So there's the 4 Guardians right there. If you're looking for other Guardian characters, I think the Pledge Manager at this point is closed for it, so you have to find it in a different way. But the Season 1 promo box from the first Kickstarter does have Drax and Mantis and Yondu is in there somewhere. He was like a special one at the end, so depending on your pledge level, if whether or not you got him or not, I believe. So let's go ahead, continuing looking at the cards, and actually, because I don't have them in the punch board anymore, this is an example of those KO tokens that Ronin's dashboard was talking about there. So there are 4 KO tokens. Other villains also give KO tokens, so you may actually get more than the normal 4 KO tokens in your game if you get a lot of the different content. So I know I've got quite a few around here somewhere. I think they're selling various punch boards and stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Ronin. First, we'll take a look at his actual deck. So he actually was a little bit surprising compared to some of the other ones that we've played in the game, because he, as you can see from these 2 cards right here, a lot of the villains in the core set and some of the other villains that we have fought on the channel go continuously in a clockwise manner when they move. This is one of the first ones I can remember going counterclockwise. So that was a new one in that regard. So, but he's got his BAM here, his Cosmorod, deal 1 damage to each hero in Ronin's location. Let's see, I know he's got another Kree Law, add 1 thug to every location, which, yeah, if you're playing like the Black Panther expansion, which we'll go into that later, but that can actually be really bad if you're using that challenge mode in there. So those are your Ronin cards, the 2 main cards in there for his stuff. Then we've got Ronin's threats. So, which again, he doesn't have any minions themselves. They're all like the thugs and everything, but he's got Space Ambush. Heroes starting their turn in this location take 1 damage, and that one requires 1 of each token to be placed on it. So it's not just a bunch of heroic actions. You have to have a lot of different other tokens on there, which, again, Star-Lord's able to give multiple different tokens, so to be able to help out with that. It's also using your actions to fill that as well, not just the tokens. Let's see, Jailbreak. Heroes using movement to leave this location must use double movement instead. Yeah, completely forgot about the fact that you can just use the actions from your cards to fill some of these up. And then Kree Elite Force. Each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. So it's basically making you use more actions to take down the thugs. For Kree Elite Force, Jailbreak, making you use more movement. So basically making you waste your actions trying to get around the board. Was there any more? Space Ambush, Jailbreak, Kree Elite Force. Nope, 2 of each card in there. So those are the threat cards. And then we get to the challenge card, which again, as we talked about, is the Plan B challenge. That's the card for it right there. And then I don't have it out. I should have it out. But this is an example of the Clear Threats Plan B on here. And then an example of the actual card. As you can see here, it requires 6 threats to be cleared instead of the usual 4 for that one. And then rescue civilians and defeat thugs require an extra 3 thugs and an extra 3 civilians to be rescued in order to fill this out. Now, once all 3 of these missions are cleared, according to the Plan B challenge, doesn't matter where you're at with the villain himself, the heroes can automatically win if you fill this up. Now, it is a little bit harder than normal depending on which scenario you're doing. Can be harder to get these filled up. You might have an easier time just fighting the villain. But even then, the villain, when you're thinking about it, you still have to defeat 2 of these in order to hit the villain in a normal game. So it's going to get you long. This method right here, though it seems like it's easier to get these cleared to a point, to even start damaging the villain itself, you are going to have to wait a little bit longer because you need at least 2 more locations and 3 of another token to be taken, or 6 extra tokens to be handled. It's just more actions you're having to burn before you even get to the villain. So again, this mode can be easy and difficult at the same time. It's kind of interesting how it plays out. Go watch the video. That hopefully I've already linked if I'm smart enough. Go watch the video on this expansion for the gameplay, and you'll see kind of how we fared with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our miniatures. Here we've got Ronin first of all, looking all evil and menacing there with its hammer. So there's an example of Ronin. And then we've got the legendary Star-Lord wearing his mask that, not to spoil the movie whatsoever, but at no point, I don't think, during the last Guardians movie did they actually have him wearing his mask. I don't know what was up with that. But yeah, that was just interesting to me in Volume 3 that they never had him wear, that I can remember, they never had him wear like the classic Star-Lord mask. It was an interesting movie. Good movie, but interesting. Anyway, we've got Rocket Raccoon there. Oh, focus. And then there's Rocket. And then I am Groot. Right here. And then finally the Kickstarter exclusive Gamora right here. So I'm kind of torn what to do with this myself. Comment below if you have a whatever, if you have an opinion. I kind of want to use Gamora with the other 3 Guardians from the other box. Maybe start that off with the, we ever do the campaign for the Thanos expansions. Or like I said, use her with the other 2 Kickstarter exclusive characters from the expansion, from these expansions, and I don't know, fight something equally wacky. But anyway, let me know in the comments below if what you'd like to see with that. Anyway, that is everything here from Guardians of the Galaxy Remix. It's a pretty good amount of content. We've already played it on the channel, so you can kind of check that out to see how we fared with it and see how this expansion fares for you. Other than the using the cardboard components and the plastic tokens, nothing in that video isn't anything that would be in the retail version of this. We didn't use Gamora in that one, so you can basically, between this unboxing and that gameplay, see if this expansion is right for you, and if it is, go enjoy. If it's not, well, we'll have other stuff on the channel to look at too. So anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this unboxing. If you are enjoying the content here, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel. We are very close to 200 subscribers at this point, so I'd like to get to that very soon. And then just continue to go from there. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.